Okay, we'll be discussing about the ASK, the amplitude shift keying, the frequency shift keying, and the phase shift keying. The amplitude shift keying is also called as on-off keying. Okay, this is how its signal comes about. We have the message signal. Okay, we have the message signal as the pulse. You can see digital stream 0101, and then at the bottom we have this carrier, and then the amplitude of this carrier goes 1, or the carrier is exactly kept as such. Okay, the carrier is kept exactly as such for the time the pulse is 1, and when it is 0, nothing passes. Okay, so mathematically this is how it comes about. The overall VASK is written as, can be written as, in different forms it can be written. In a simplified form it can be written as 1 plus V small mt A by 2 cos of omega c t2. Okay, now in the left hand side, VASKT, it gives us the overall amplitude shift keying wave, that is the modulated wave. Okay, VM, small vmt will be the digital information 0101, and this will be the information signal, V small m of t, and A by 2 will be the unmodulated carrier amplitude. We can keep it so that it actually gets normalized, and omega ct will be the analog carrier radiant frequency. So you can see, if we have 1 here, Vm of t is 1 for any time period, this will become 2. So A by 2, 2 and 2 will get cancelled. We'll have A cos of omega ct for that time, small t, for which Vm is equal to 1. And when it is 0, you can see, or when it is -1, you can keep it -1 also. If it is -1, then it gets cancelled and the overall VASK value will be 0. Or if you are using binary VM, then it will be half the value. But preferably, because the comparators which will be at the output stage will require high differences between the 2, 0 and 1 voltages. So here we'll usually use +1 and -1, or we can use 0, 1 accordingly in our MATLAB codes as well. So this is how effectively it will work. Now, when it will be 1, it will be A cos of omega ct, and when it will be -1 or 0, it will be a lesser value, or the 0 value, 0 digital value that will be taken at the output. So how is it? What is the overall working? We have a data generator and 1-bit encoder, and then we have sign in a multiplier. I'll just go through the MATLAB code. Okay, it is actually very comparatively very easy to check it out. Okay, now have you understood this basic equation, or you have gone through this in the class? Please give me some feedback. You studied it in the class, huh?
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Yeah. So there are many details with regards to this. I'll just be dealing how to implement it, and in MATLAB code, as well as how the circuit is built. Because this time, due to COVID, I could not visit the institute and I don't have any demonstration. So I just built it up in MATLAB, number one. Number two, in Proteus rather than Simulink, because in Proteus we can just put in the different electrical or electronic components, and we can see exactly as we can see in the lab. Of course, the intricacies that come up when we actually line up the different hardware components will not be there, but I think it will be much more intuitive than the Simulink that is usually used. So we'll accordingly go ahead with it. Now that you have seen the theory part, I'll just still show you the overall kit that is there, and then we can go to Proteus and MATLAB. I'll first start with MATLAB and then we'll go to Proteus. Okay. So this is the overall kit of SignTech that we have. Okay. This is the kit. Sorry. Yeah. We'll have the bit sequence 0101 using different encoding scheme. Then we have one carrier, and we have a simple multiplier that it goes through. And then we have the demodulator where we have the integrator and the threshold comparator. We'll see how the 741 IC will act as a threshold comparator. Actually, in the older labs, the electronics people did not used to buy these gadgets 2807. They used to build these from the scratch. So I'll try to bring ASK modulator from scratch using simple components, FSK modulator and a PSK modulator from scratch, rather than using just these pins and just seeing the different things. It is better to build the thing from the scratch. Okay, so this is what it is, but since I did not visit the lab, so I have not taken the actual demonstration what these pins are about. But rather than talking about what these pins will give, it's better to build the thing itself from scratch. And I'll try to show that in kind of simulation. Then if you have a breadboard and somewhere you can maybe get an oscilloscope somehow. Just an oscilloscope is the one you can say heavy duty equipment that you may need, and obviously a logic generator 01. Rest all of these components are very cheap, just the simple ICs costing around some 100 rupees or 150 rupees. The overall these things can be easily done. So, but first let me start with the MATLAB code of the ASK modulator as well as demodulator. We will go very slowly so that you understand all the steps. Now that you have gone through the theory, so I am not going through any PPTs or something like that. I'll just be discussing the MATLAB code. Is it okay with you? Kindly give me feedback. Is it okay, all of you? I think Anurid,
Yes, sir.
you of the class, okay? If I ask anything as feedback, it's all I will be expecting answer from you, okay? Because you being the CR. If you don't understand at any point, it is very easy. If you don't understand at any point what I'll be discussing, please feel free to interrupt and ask. But I'll prefer you to give me some time. Yeah. Obviously, this will not be visible. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Now it is more visible, was it?
Yes, sir.
Now is it more visible, huh? We have this general command of clear all, okay? Then we are ourselves providing a value of the carrier signal, okay? Let us be very slow. Don't think that it is a very difficult code or it's not. It's very, very easy. You can easily understand it. Just be little patient with it, okay? So what we have is we have given the value of AC, that is the amplitude of the carrier as 5. Any value you can give. Then a value of the carrier frequency we have given as 8. You can input it also like as I have input the third code line, but let me make the code very simple in the beginning, and then you can at your own place try different things. Okay, AC equal to 5. Again, I shall repeat, it is the amplitude of the carrier signal. FC is the what? It is the frequency of the carrier signal. Now the third thing that I'm doing is I am asking the user to enter the number of bits. Okay, what is this enter the number of bits? It is actually in the digital sequence how many bits we have. Like for example, if we have 0101, how many bits we have, Anirudh? Keep your mic this in mic audible only. Anirudh, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If enter the number of bits. If my bit sequence is for my message signal is 1010. How many bits I have? 4, isn't it?
So 4. Yes, sir.
1010. So I'll be
4
asking
bits.
the user just to enter how many number of bits we have. For example, if I enter, then at the end I enter 4. So it will be expecting what? 10111101, something like that. So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
have a sequence of 4 bits, 4 values, 0101. Okay. If we enter 8, then accordingly we'll have values. Okay. Now the fifth line of this code is BS equal to random integer, RANDI integer, 01 comma 1 comma B. Okay. So what this code means is we'll be generating the code for values 0 and 1. Values will be only 0 and 1. The value will be only the two integers 0 and 1. It can't be 0.5 because it is an integer here. Okay. So values will be only 0 and 1. But how long will it be? It will be 1 comma B, 1 row and B columns. So how many columns will BS have? It will have 4 columns. Okay. So what we are here doing is we are generating a random sequence. We are generating a random sequence. Okay. Got it? Let me
Yes, sir.
now, yeah, let me now again explain. 1 minute. Now, let me show you here if you can see S equal to RAN, RANDI. Let me copy this thing only here, okay? For example, if B, and that is the input is 4, what it will do? Sorry, capital S. Got it? Are you able to see what I did or not? Please tell
Yes,
me.
sir.
Yeah, what I did is instead of BS, I just showed you an example how it will come. Capital S, okay? RANDI integer values will be 0 or 1. Randomly it will generate on its own. Different types. If I again put S equal to, it will give me a different value now because it is a random generation. See now? It is okay now because I have to write the command again, and then when I write the command again, it will give me a different sequence. Okay, now it will give me a different sequence. See, 1001. So it will generate a different sequence every time. Okay, so this B I have given 4 means 0101. Okay, accordingly you can see, or if you can check here, you can write here. Okay, this is 0 1 0 1. Okay, so 4 bits are there. So for this scheme, this is what we will get. Okay, now let me move to the next part of the code. Okay, okay, so BS, you saw what BS will be. It will be simply an array of 1 cross B, and B is the number of bits we have. Then what we will generate is the x-axis, that is the time axis. It will start from a very small value of 0.01, okay, with an increment of 0.01, okay, till the value of B. What is the value of B? As a common value I gave 4. So can you intuitively see how much it will be, how much high the values will be? You see, we have to go from 0 point, or you can say 0.01 to 4. So 0.00 to 1 will be how many? 100. 1 to 2 will be another 100 sampling points. 200 to 300 will be another sampling point, 100 sampling points. 300 to 400 will be another 100 sampling points. So this is just giving it a sample time, okay, so that the signals are appropriately cut and we can appropriately see them. in terms of sampling. Okay, so t is equal to starting time 0.01 with an increment of again 0.01 till b. So t will take around 400 values if the bits are 4. If the bits are 8, it will take 800 values. If the bit are 16, it will take 1600 values. It will take in its sample space. The value of t will take 1600 values, 800 values, or 400 values, depending upon the value of b. Okay, this is one part. Okay, got it? Then we have for any value that we statements for I is equal to 1 to b. Okay, for I is equal to 1 to. Now this is the most important line of the code. After this line, if you understand this line, this shift keying technique, mostly it will get over. Okay, it's a very simple line. Just see this code, how it will occur. Okay, is equal to 1 is to b. Empty I minus 1 into 100 plus 1 is to I into 100 is equal to bsi. Now, sir, this is very complicated. What is this? So let me show you something in a simpler way. Okay, something in a simpler way. You note this down. Okay. Now see, if the value I will be from 1 to b. Okay. So what will be the first value in this loop for I? It will be 1. So let me write this code when I is equal to 1. We'll see what it will be. Okay. So it will be empty bracket start. Okay. I minus 1. Okay. Another bracket starts 1 minus 1. Okay. Into 100 plus 1. Okay, is to 1 minute. You can see now. Okay, I is what? I is Shabash.
1.
I is 1. Okay, is to 1 into 100. I'm going slow so that you can understand also, and it doesn't only become a formality. Equal to bs1. Got it? Any doubts? So how can we write it?
No.
1 minus 1 is 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 into 100 will be 0 into 100 will be 0. Plus 1 will be only 1. So here we'll get, you just check it again. This will be 0. This is multiplied by 100. So it will be 0. And it will be plus 1 will then be to this whole value. Okay. So we'll get just what? We'll just get a value of 1. Okay. Is to 1 into 100 is again how much? 100. Okay, bs1. Do you understand now what we are going to do? Okay, if bs1, now what is this bs1? This bs1, if it has a value equal to 1, we saw here like this. If this is, for example, bs1, okay, if this is value 1, what will this will go to? We'll get something like this. You're getting, we'll get columns 1 to 100 each having a value of 1. What is this value 1? This is nothing but bs1. And what is bs1? It is what we generated here, just like s we generated. Okay, you saw that just like s we generated. Its first value, second value, third value, fourth value. So its first value, whatever its first value is, it is getting in what? It is taking a array format of 1 to 100. Why? Because sampling time is accordingly 400, 800 or 1600 as we discussed it for t. Okay. So now what is mt? Okay. It will be 100 for the first bit, 100 values, but all these values will be 1 only. These 100 different values are actually for the time t. Okay, small time t. Now let me show it to you how it is. If you just understood it, I'll show you here how it is. Okay, let me see this again. This is the first bit. There I had given it value 1. Here it is because I had drawn it earlier. Here the value is 0. So this is how it will be. Okay, it will be 100 values of time, but always it is what? Always for all these 100 values it is what? 0 value. Like there it was 1 value. Then after shift for these 100 values, it will again be 1. Then again for these 100 values, okay, it will be 100 here also. Then again it will be here 100. So this is what accordingly here it is. Okay, so empty is what now? This empty will get the values accordingly. So it will have 400 values, but 1 to 100 for the first bit, 101 to 200 for the second bit, 301 to 400 for the fourth bit. As you can see, if you put here 2, what it will be? 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 101. Okay, 101 to 200. Similarly, 301 to 400. Like accordingly, it will go ahead till the final values of BS are there, and S and I can take the value of B, and the B's value is 4 here in our example that we have taken. So now it is clear what the value of MT will be. MT will generate how many values? 400 values. But in terms of bit, how many values are these? 4 only, with 100 for each. Okay. Now, after we end this for loop, we'll simply write whatever we are supposed to write in the code is like this. Okay. Okay. Now we'll write for carrier. Okay. CT carrier. AC, we know the amplitude it is. Cos or sine we can take. 2 pi FC value also we have given into t. Now here why we have written dot star t? Because we have an array and the value of pi and FC, they are not arrays, they are simple constants. So we can write simple asterisks. However, here we don't write simple asterisks, we'll write a dot multiplication so that we get accordingly the value of small c of t. So Ct is simply what? Carrier. S of t. What is S of t? It will be the overall value that we'll get, okay? And it will be mt into convolution into C of t, multiplication, array multiplication of mt. That mt is what? Message signal, and ct is what? The carrier signal. Accordingly, we will get the plots. In the first plot, you can see, you can write first plot. I am plotting the message signal mt that we generated here. In the second, I am plotting the carrier, and the third, the you can say the modulated signal. Okay, so now let me run the code. Okay, what it is showing, you can see enter the number of bits. Can you see at the bottom it is showing enter the number of bits, enter the number of bits. So let me first, you can say put 8 bits instead of 4, because here we have MATLAB and it's mathematical, so it will not be giving us any problem. Okay, 8. So here we'll get the sequence generated. What is this? Let me now show you how you can do many different things in MATLAB. I think the class will be going long because I'm going very slow so that you can understand all the things. Okay. Now here what you can do is you can click here. The x-axis is from 0 to 8. It's okay. The y-axis is from -1 to plus minus. Let me take it from -2 to +2. Okay. Then is this turn. let me take it from -7 to +7. Okay, and then we take it and this one, third one, to -7 to +7, and then here also -2 to +2. Okay, now if you click here instead of on the overall plot, if you click on these lines, what you can do is you can plot different types of variants, line like this. Okay, coloring you can do. Okay, then here also you can click on this plot and do it for different values. You can put a marker here. Different things for better data analysis. You can do many things here. So the overall main thing is that you should get the FSK rather than making it beautiful. Is that you saw that here you are getting this ASK value because when the digital signal message signal is 1, okay, and accordingly how it is generated is randomly generated. Okay, so accordingly you will get the ASK format. Now the last one is again we are demodulating it. At the end I'm here to show that part of the code, but these are the first 3 lines: message signal first, the carrier signal, and then finally we have the modulated signal ASK, because here we are getting 0, so accordingly it will get multiplied by 0 as is clearly visible in this part of the code, because we are simply multiplying these two things, and when it will be 0, accordingly the overall value will be accordingly 0 as well. Now here you saw what I did is enter the number of bits. Another thing that you can do is you can say AC input, enter the value of the carrier frequency amplitude. Okay, third line, FC equal to input, enter the value of FC or the carrier frequency. Whatever values you can input them and then accordingly give it at the bottom stage as well. Third thing you can do, instead of giving this random input, you can yourself give B as some certain values, but make sure that the value of B is given accordingly, because we are using the time space accordingly. So these little manipulations you can do. This is the simplest part of the code, and then accordingly you can debug it for any issues that may arise. Okay, so this is for any random input that you will give. You simply give the bit, it will generate the rand I signal will itself generate the sequence. Now how shall we demodulate it? Okay, for that let me go to that part of the code now. Okay, now instead of I am writing another variable J. You being part of the coding scheme, you will know I'm talking right from the basic level. Okay, for J, any value equal to 1 to length of T. Okay, length of T means from 0.01 to 4 to 8, all these sampling values. One taking value, J taking value from 1 to the length of T, to the whole the values, to all the values that the T holds. How much will be the length of T? We can accordingly guess it will be 400, 800 and 1600 depending upon the value of the B that we have given. Now if CT of J, what is this CT? Carrier 1. Carrier at the value of time, you can say 1, is equal to, okay, is equal to the, what is equal to, or you can say in other words, if STJ is equal to the value of CTJ. Okay, we have to write double equal to sign here because these being arrays. Okay, to equate them. If these two values are equal, what will happen? At that time only we have to say what? When these two are equal, at that time only the signal is high. Else, if they are not equal, the signal is the demodulated signal is 0. You know, you saw that figure. I'll just plot it again. So accordingly, this is what simple scheme we can write for demodulating it in one code. Okay, in one line code. I'll again discuss it how we did it. Velvet selection. Number of bits again 8. We can put 6 here. It is randomly generating what? 0, 1, then 0. Long list of ones randomly to generate. So here you can see what I wrote for the demodulated. You see here, this is the carrier, okay? And this is the modulated signal. When both of them are equal, they are equal in this part of the time, okay? In this part of t space, okay? This part from 1 to 5. So here it will go to 1. While as here, since these two are not equal, okay, these two are not equal values, so accordingly this value will become 0, okay. So this is what this part of the code was. If ctj is equal to sttj, if these two values equal, then we can say that the values are accordingly set up, and if they are not, then accordingly we give the values, okay. So here you can also say j is equal to 1 to length of t. First it will take one value of t. Then accordingly it will take all the samples, and for all the samples it will calculate, and accordingly we'll get the different values. You can check this part of the code. I'll just mail it to you as well. Okay. So this is ASK modulation and demodulation in terms of coding. But coding is not actually how things work. You have to add certain components, isn't it? Any questions in this regard? I'm here to follow. Then we can move to Proteus and see how ASK is done in actual circuits. Yeah, any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. Now will be a little bit interesting part, okay? I don't think that you will have done something on similar lines here. I see if it works or if it has been saved. Yeah. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
It's looking very complicated now. What you are here doing is you are doing nothing, but you are creating on a breadboard. Okay. You need 2-3 things extra. You can build this circuit at home, and then only in the lab you will need 2 to 3 things. One, you will need a square wave generator. Okay. These things also you can generate from 555 IC, but I don't want to make things very extremely complicated. In simple terms, you will need at least what you will need 3 things: a square wave generator, I'll tell you where that is, a square pulse wave generator, and an oscilloscope, and DC values of 12 volts that you can get from a battery, 12 volt, 5 volt, you can get that from batteries as well, and some ICs. Sir, ye kya hai? What have you made this? How is this an ASK modulator and a demodulator? Don't worry, it is very, very easy. Okay. Now let me zoom in. Okay. We have this IC. You can see this, sorry, this transistor. Can you see this? You see this? This transistor. You can get it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can get it. It is what? Emitter, collector, base. Okay. Emitter, collector, base. This much electronics you know na? Isn't it?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah, yeah. This is emitter. This is very easy. Don't worry. Emitter, collector, and base. Okay. Then the input modulating signal that you have to give, input modulating signal, it is here. Okay. Pulse value of 10 volt, pulse width of 50 duty cycle, and frequency of 1 kilohertz. Okay. This is what you are. This is to explain the things. Don't worry, sir. You will be asking us assignment in these things. Just relax and understand, so that tomorrow, if you, I'll share these things with you. You can, if you are interested, you can build a. If you are interested in hardware, you can build an ASK modulator, a simple ASK modulator. Okay. So we have pulse here, this will be the 0101 message signal. Okay. Now this we are applying at the base of the transistor with some resistance values. Okay. We are applying it at the base. At the collector, we are providing the sign value, the sign carriers. You see here. Okay. Its amplitude is 10 and its frequency is very high, 50K. Okay. Amplitude 10 and frequency very high and it is sine type. Okay. So base पर हमारा मैसेज सिग्नल, कलेक्टर पे हमारा carrier signal. Okay. Now what will happen is, you all of you know in simple terms कि the transistor will be on only when it will be forward biased, isn't it? So it will be forward biased only at the time when the pulse goes high. And if the pulse goes high, it will be forward biased. And if it is forward biased, this signal will get down here because it will at that time be a short circuit. Okay. So this signal, carrier signal, will go down to the emitter for emission. Okay. So here we will get what? Here we will get what? The carrier signal. But only for what time? The time that transistor is forward biased. For what time the transistor is forward biased? The time this pulse is high. So this is nothing but ASK, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
This is nothing but what? This is nothing but ASK. So let me see. At A, I have given what? At A, you can see to the oscilloscope, I have given carrier. At B, you can see here, I have given pulse. Is it? At C, I have given the output of the transistor. So at C, I should have ASK modulated signal. Let me see if I get that or not. Now it's because I have here put 4 also. So let me first stop it. Let me take out this so that it doesn't get little complicated for you. Okay. Now I shall do it again. Yeah. You can see here A yellow. Okay. I'll take it just a little above and make the time also a little less. Okay. And then accordingly, you can see the pulse is also here. Okay. This is the what? This is the modulated signal. Okay. You can see particular values we have. You can see the value is high and it is low. Okay. So it is amplitude shift keying. Is it?
Yes,
You
sir.
see? Zero value, so it is almost zero. Now it will not be exactly zero because of different reasons that is there, the biasing current and the different values reasons are there, but in the receiver it will not give us any problems. Okay, so these are three things. Channel A is this one is the carrier, this one is the message signal, this one is the ASK signal. Okay, then you can see the effect of these different things, but I think that will make things very much more complicated. I don't want to do it like that. I want to make it for you very easy. Okay, then this is ASK. Okay, now if we have this ASK signal with us, okay, if we have this ASK signal with us and we have, you can say, two type of detections. If the receiver is at such a place, or if the receiver is as such that it doesn't have the message signal with it, obviously it will not have that. Okay, so then that we'll use another method, but here I am assuming that we have the pulse signal at the receiver as well, or we'll have that at the receiver as well. Okay, I'll show the non-coherent detection and the coherent detection as well. Now let me first move to this part. Okay, now what is this? At the output we have a resistor that is there. Okay, no issues. Then I have connected a diode. What will this diode do and this RC do to it? You have studied half wave rectifiers. What is that? That is nothing but the diode is connected. So in this we'll get accordingly such results. Now let me take this here and then make it. You can see I'll make this value down. So it is what? Charging and discharging of capacitor, okay? According to this ASK signal. Charging and discharging when zero. Charging when higher value and discharging when zero value. Why will be needing this? So that we can demodulate the signal, okay? We can demodulate. You can say it is an integrator also in terms of electronics, or you can simply say first we have a, you can say this, first we will have a rectifier, then we will have a low pass filter overall acting as a, you can say, integrator function we'll have. So this is what it will be at this place. Okay. Then after we have such kind of a signal, which is charging and discharging of the capacitor, and we need the actual input signal, we will use a comparator IC, and this is nothing but 741 IC. 741 comparator IC. Okay. In this we have two supply rails, 4 and 7, DC values to supply and pump it, give it power, 10 volts minus 10 volts at plus 7 and 4 pins. Okay. The 3 pin will be a reference value. Okay. And here, instead of giving a reference value from any crude value of pulse, I'll be giving directly what, because here I am not showing the coherent or non-coherent detection. I am showing here directly the pulse I will give as one reference input to this comparator. The second will be what? The output. Output what? Output FSK, but what? It is rectified as well as integrated. Okay. That signal will go here. Okay. Accordingly, and then this comparator will compare it with the reference pulse and then decide at what value, when the charge of the capacitance is rising, we'll take value 1, and at what value we'll take the value 0. So this will be then there at the output, we'll get accordingly. So here you can see clearly now. I'll just reduce the values. You can see the yellow waveform is what? The carrier. Okay. The blue one is what? The pulse that we are giving. The green one is what? The demodulated. You can see channel D here. Channel D. Okay. And B. So you can see B and D. B is what? The input that we gave, the pulse, and we have recovered that. You can see. Just one minor difference you can clearly see is here, is if I can just stop it somehow, or let us keep it like this. You can see that it is taking some time. You can see charging and discharging time. See, this shows that the demodulated signal, it has a capacitive effect of charging and discharging, and this is the FSK signal. So any doubts in this? Any doubts in this circuit? So if you have all
No,
these
sir.
breadboard, you can just make it. Okay, you know how to connect this BJT. You know how to connect a diode, positive pin, larger one cathode and smaller one anode, and whatever different things are there. Then the IC, different pin connections are also there. So FSK modulator you can make in a lab easily. It's not a big deal. Okay. Any doubt and any questions in this?
No, sir.
What? Let me ask any questions. Mr. Rohit, you're there? Please unmute
Yes,
yourself.
sir.
741 IC is used as what here in this circuit?
Sir, comparator.
Good one. Thank you. Mr. OS.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you tell me what is this BJT working as here? What is BJT working as here? Is it working as a switch, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, it is working as a switch, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One more question, Mr. Uwais. A sine wave is placed where? On the base or on the collector? The carrier wave. Uwaisa,
Yes, sir.
the carrier is placed where? On the base or on the collector?
Sir, on the base.
No, 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 wrong. Please concentrate. You have to see that the scheme of things are different. You check here. Here is the collector. We have the carrier here, and at the base we have the pulse. Okay, so when the pulse goes from 0 to 1, we have this forward biased, and when this will be forward biased, the collector voltage will come up and we will see it here on the emitter. It will be a short circuit. Okay, so whatever is here, it will come up about here. So we'll see it here. However, when it goes back to zero value, since it will not be forward biased, it will be act as open circuit, so we'll have nothing here. So this transistor is acting nothing but as a switch. So transistor, we have used it in a circuit to act as a switch. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, thank you. Please unmute yourself now. Okay, now let me move to the second circuit. But here you can see we needed some intuition. Okay, so this is one type of detection. I'll talk about the other type of detection. Just a minute. Now you can check here this type, another type. Another type of circuit. Don't worry that much. The only difference here is now this is similar. Okay, you see here we have a transistor collector pay, we again have carrier, and at the base again we pulse, that signal. Again we have a resistor here, again we have a diode here, again we have this low pass filtration and charging discharging of capacitance action. Okay, here at this. Okay, however here at input 3 we are not giving what the pulse signal. Okay, because we think that we don't know it. Okay, we have nothing to do with the transmitter. We are far away from the transmitter, so we'll have to do whatever at the receiver stage only. We are not putting any connection from this comparator to the transmitter because it's the transmitter section. We are doing everything at the receiver itself. Okay, so for that I have used a potentiometer. Okay, this is a potentiometer. Okay, with 100 and 0 saturation. Okay, and given it some voltage. Okay, so it will act as a signal here, 0 1 signal, 0 1 signal, rather than connecting it to the transmitter, which is not practically viable always. Okay, then at the output, I'll have to make it little stable. For that, I have connected two Zener diodes as varactor diodes and accordingly made the voltage little stable. So this is just for demonstration. I'll not be asking about this in any exam or something, but you can clearly see that this coherent non-coherent type of detections are easily possible. Okay, and you can yourself make them. It's not that it is very something very complicated and you need science tech people to design it for you. It's not like that. Now, what is this? What are these different signals? Let me now first do one thing so that it becomes easy for you. I'll make the potentiometer, you know, In the older TVs, you had these knobs. Those are also kind of potentiometers where we change the values of capacitance of the resistances. So this is the value. I'm taking it as 0 at this stage. Okay. And then one minute, I have taken all the signals. Yeah. First one, A will be what? It will be the A1 is the pulse. Then B is the this output from the diode. Then C is the overall output. And let me take only the values that I need to be easily captured. Input. This is going to C. Okay, I'll be taking what? C and D only to compare them. So we're getting the output, but the input is not coming. Maybe there is some issues with the connections that I have made. The C is not coming. Maybe down. I'll just check this circuit and then provide you with the file. Some minor issues are there, not any issue. It will take a little time. Yeah. Let me place it here. Only then it will come. It should come. Yeah, actually, I'll just tell you about it. First, let me check it. No, there is some issues with the connections as of now. I will check it and then I will get back to you. So both these things are possible. At the end, I'll just check this circuit again for the case of doing away with this PSK and FSK also. Let us move to that part of the circuit, okay? Please tell me about this. I'll just brief in it at the end. Okay then. Now let us go to FSK, okay? Let us go to the FSK part. This is the FSK. Can you see it clearly? Now here what I'm doing is similar to what I did because I have used similar type of code so that you can follow FSK and PSK in a little easier way. AC again, same, the value of the carrier peak value, okay, or the amplitude value. Then FC again is the frequency. Then B is again input the number of bits. Then I generate the random sequence of this accordingly as I told you for the ASK. Then time again, similar value 0 with a space of 0.01 and B. Then again, similarly, I will generate the modulating signal, message signal. Okay, 100 for one particular with 100 values, sampling values for each particular digital value of 0 or 1, as I had discussed. Okay, then end. Then here how I will write ST, that is the modulated signal, is AC, the carrier CT is similar. Okay, how I'll write ST is 2 pi FCT, because here it will be FSK and it will be changing the frequency. So to make that very easy, how I have done it is FC MT plus 1 into T. So if the value of MT is 0, what will we get? We'll get ST as CT, isn't it? Okay, but if the value is, if value is 0, we'll get ST equal to CT. But if the value of MT is 1, we will get its frequency twice as this. Okay, so these two frequencies I have generated, and I have shown my frequency modulation in such terms. Okay, so now this is the, then again we simply will be plotting. So nothing you have to do here. You have to write in bracket MT plus 1. This is the only change in the code accordingly. Okay, now evaluate selection. Enter the number of bits. Let us enter them 9. So accordingly you can check here. It will be randomly generated again, as I told you. Okay, then you can accordingly see this thing also. You can check from 4 to 9. Okay, 4 to 9 only. Here also 4 to 9 only. Here also 4 to 9 only. You can clearly see that we have two frequencies. Here it is equal, okay, because it is 0. Okay, and you can see here as it is in this part of the code. So here MT is 0. When MT is 0, ST will be equal to cos 2 pi FCT. So it's similar to CT. So that is what it is here. It is similar to CT. This is how I have generated the two frequencies. In books, sometimes they show FC plus delta F and FC plus 2 delta F or minus. The thing is, only frequency modulation is that you should get two frequencies for mark and space. So this is accordingly how you can get, then you can make it accordingly. Okay, here you can change the background color of this. Different things you can do. Okay, accordingly you can name the figure and different things can be done here. Okay, so is this clear? The FSK. Then let me just finish off with the MATLAB and then we will go to the Proteus again. This is FSK done. Any issues with FSK? Any questions? Okay, let me continue. Let me open FSK. Now this I will be doing it in a little different way. Okay, in a little different way I will do it so that it doesn't get a little monotonous. Okay, AC and FC again I am giving on my own. You can input them as well. Then here I am doing different things. I'm not making any random sequence. Okay, you can do that thing also. But here I'm not doing that random sequence. What I will be doing is I will be giving it values on my own. number of bits also, and then what the value of those bits will be, I will input them also. But how that will be done is an array, so we'll need to put square brackets there. Okay, rest of the code is same. Okay, rest of the code is same. Similar to what? It is similar to amplitude modulation. You see, carrier is like this, and the modulated signal will be like this. So what I'll be doing is, the input that I will give is 1 and -1. So if, to make it very simple and intuitive, is that if it is 1, simply it will the signal will be the carrier signal. But if it is -1, what will be there? If a signal gets multiplied by -1, means the phase changes by 180 degrees. So accordingly we will get the phase shift in this, and this will make our code very easy. Let me run it. Enter the number of bits. How many bits should we? Let me keep it 7. Okay, now I have to enter them also, because the random generator, that part of the code I have removed. I have kept it like this. So I'll give these type of brackets. Let me zoom it in. Windows plus. Okay, enter the sequence of bits. I will enter them. 1, -1, 1, 1, 1, -1, -1. How many values are there? 7 okay? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, Windows minus. Okay, so let me give it this value. So now you can clearly see the shift. Okay, one thing I have done here, you can, it's not necessary to keep this. I have put it here 1.2 FC carrier. You can keep it 1 also. I have shown it so that 180-degree phase shift gets shown in a little clear value way. You can see here as well. You can edit access properties. One to 5. Okay, so can you see here? You see the signal is, let me take 0 to 4 only. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. 0 to 4. 0 to 4. Then okay. So you can clearly see here, it is following a particular sequence, but as soon as it 1 from 0 goes, it will do what? If it has to follow this route, it will do 180 phase shift. Okay, so accordingly this thing is there. One thing you can also do here in the data generator scheme is in the part of the code, if to make, but that will be again to make the code little complicated, is that instead of doing here 1 and -1, you do it for 0 1 only. That is, 0 1 should be only the data, but this is how it should run. So for that you have to do nothing. 1 -1 you have to code in such a way that 1 equals to higher value and -1 equals to the lower value 0. So that 3-4 lines of code you will have to add intuitively, and then you will get accordingly this sequence. But this being the simplest way to implement it, I have tried to implement it in the simplest possible way. Okay, so this is how it is done. So now in MATLAB, these things mostly we have generated this. Now let me go to the Proteus part for modulation and demodulation circuit. Okay, This ASK2, I will just check it again. Okay, and then we can go back to it also. Now let us go to the FSK. This FSK, it has been named similarly by me. And this is simple FSK, you can say modulator. Okay, simple FSK modulator. Can you check it how it works? For that, let me zoom in. We have this IC LF398. This IC LF398. This IC is nothing but a sample and hold IC. You can purchase it for, you can see how much, what is this value? LF398A. LF398. Maybe I have downloaded it. No. Wait a minute. No. So you can just go online and see this data sheet of this IC and how much it costs. I don't know how much it will cost, it will not be that much. So this one IC and some resistors is all that is required to make a FSK modulator circuit. Now, what is being done here is it will have different pins. I'll just go about talking about that. First, let us see pin number 1 is pin number 1 and pin number 4. These pins are its supply rail pins, and its value is DC value is plus 12 to minus 12. Okay, this 2 pin is something which will not be needed in this. You can go through easily through the pin diagram of this IC and see what this pin 2 is about. In our circuit, it will be NC, not connected. Okay, the third, okay, the third value, that is the pin number 3 of this IC, it is given to what? It is given to a message, a carrier signal 1. Here we are implementing it using 2 carrier signals and 1 pulse, okay? Higher frequency and lower frequency. So 1 frequency, a carrier, you can see here, 1K frequency and peak value of 5 volts, frequency of 1 kilohertz, okay? So this is the other one, okay? This is the second one, and it goes to pin number 6, okay? Pin number 6. Pin number 6, 3 and 6, okay? Through a resistor, it goes to this, and it will be the higher frequency component of 3K, okay? So these two, plus at 8, 3 and 6, we have the 2 carrier frequencies, F1 and F2, the lower one and the higher one, okay? And at 8, I have the message signal, okay, the pulse. This is at 8, okay, at 8. We have it. Okay. How you can make it is easily here in this scheme of things. We click here P and we add the different components R, E, S, like for example. So we get the resistor, okay. This is the resistor. This is the resistor value, and it shows its PCB view also. Very much detailed it is, this tool, with regards to it, okay. So these values again, where we got this, you can say, here we get the oscilloscope from here, the DC values here from here, the sine values of the carrier from here, the pulse values from here. Different things can be easily provided here in the tool, okay. So finally at the output pin of this IC5, how it internally works is that it internally has, this IC has internal BJTs or FETs. So the connections that are there internal, which I showed for the ASK, all those components are are there in the IC itself. You know, a monolithic integrated circuit is such that in it we have integrated resistances, integrated capacitances, integrated transistors and everything. So all those things are worked up, and you can just check the. You can say I'll just mail you the that data sheet of this, and you can see how these different connections will pan out to generate the FSK signal. It will be nothing, but it will just implement those mathematical formulas via these transistor and resistor circuits. Okay, so this is how it is, and then we'll just generate. You can clearly see we'll have the different values of. Okay, so this is channel 1 is the, you can see channel 1 A will go to 8. Okay, I've taken it from 8. So 8 is what? Pulse. So here it is pulse. Okay, channel A, yellow color. Okay, then B is nothing but the higher frequency, and C is nothing but the lower frequency. C is the lower frequency, you can see, and this is the higher frequency component. And then at the output of this we'll get FSK. So when you read in theory FSK, that things, these things will be there. It's not that much complicated to actually build it in hardware. It is very easy. And go and connect these components. Obviously, when you hardware components, it gets little difficult than in a simple simulator. But these are the things how you can make it in actual rather than just using the Scientech kit. Okay. Then let us go to PSK. I'm a little saturated to talking for a while. This is finally for the PSK, okay? This is, I think, the simplest of the lot, though it looks very difficult, but it's not that much difficult. We have two ICs here. How many? Two ICs. This is which one? IC 741, okay? What is IC 741? OS, what is IC 741? IC 741. Your audio is not coming. Shreya Sahani, what is this 741 IC we used for? Miss Shreya? You are there, Miss Shreya? Or you have just muted my audio and you are relaxing? Yeah, please tell me this. What is this value of this one? What is the 741 IC? We used it in ASK for what purpose? As a in ASK we used it as Mumin Khan. Can you please dare tell me what is the 741 IC?
So I think as a comparator we used it.
Yes, very good, very good. Okay, so that is how we can use it. I'll just discuss it again. Yeah, we used it as a comparator. So here, let me see how we will use it. We can use it in a different way, okay? As an IC, the 741 op-amp can be used for as a comparator. It can be used as a gain device, okay, as well. So let me see how we use. Here the positive terminal of this op-amp 741 is grounded, okay? Positive, grounded. Negative terminal has two resistance biasing. One goes to the output and another one goes to the carrier. Okay, one goes to carrier, another goes to the, you can see this resistance carrier and another. This type of biasing will give us a value at the output that will be RF divided by R1 into V input. Okay, so that effectively leads to, if these two values are same, and this is the minus value, it gives minus RF. I just can write it down here. It gives us something here. If in this picture you can see, this is for this thing only. You can see this RF feedback, RF by R1 into V in is equal to this pin number 6, this one, this output. Okay, this is the V input. Okay, this is V input, this one, this is the V input. Okay, and this is RF feedback, and because this is here at the negative terminal, so it will become as minus. So these two, both these two values are what? Minus 1K, minus 1K, as you can see here. Minus 1K, minus 1K. ठीक है, ये same figure है. I have just plotted it in a reverse way. So it will be what? Minus 1 by 1 into V in. So nothing but the opposite values. So that you can clearly check here. Let me just check here easily. We have pin number A and C. Okay, A and C you need to see. This A and C, these two. Okay, these should be what? Negative of each other. Negative of each other will mean out of phase with each other. So let me make their amplitude a little higher. ये 1 पे है, इसको भी 1 पे रखते हैं. ठीक है, and let me bring this one up. You see they are what? 180 degree out of phase. Can you check? You see channel A, channel C. Anybody please respond. ये हमने इसको ऐसे बायस किया ओप एम्प को कि इसने इनपुट सिग्नल को 180 डिग्री आउट ऑफ फेज दे दिया मुझे आउटपुट पे. ओके, व्हाई आई नीड दैट आई विल टेल यू. बट फिलहाल इसने इनपुट सिग्नल को, इनपुट कैरियर को 180 फेज चेंज करके आउटपुट पे दे दिया. ठीक है, so this is what I got here at C. Let me remove it. Okay, so this is what is at this output stage. Okay, this via a resistor, this 180 degree phase shifted carrier via a resistor, I give as one of the frequency components to my IC, which I used in the previous class, the sample and hold IC. There also 3 and 6 were used for what? If you remember, 3 and 6 were used for carriers. So here I have two carriers. One carrier is the input carrier. Another carrier at 6 is the 180 degree phase changed carrier. Because what we need, when the pulse is high, we need what? When the pulse is high, we need one value of phase, and when it goes to 0, we need another value. So these two values of carrier we are putting in this IC at 3 and 6. In the frequency modulation, what was there at 3 and 6? The lower frequency component and the higher frequency component. Here we have 3 at 3 and 6. The proper phased carrier and the 180 degree out of phase carrier. These two carriers which we will need accordingly, depending upon our depending upon our pulse. Okay, and the pulse again at 8. You can see 7 will be grounded, pulse again at 8, and the 4 will be again 4 and 1 will be like there also. 4 and 1 we had given, plus you can see plus 12 volts here also, and minus 12 volts here also. And here at 8 we are given this one. This is the pulse one, 5, and its pulse width is 50, frequency is 50. Okay, so now this is accordingly how it will use. So इस IC में हमें क्या करना है, 3 और 6 पिन्स पे वो चीजें देनी है जिनको हमें शिफ्ट कराना है आपस में. डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द पल्स, और वो पल्स कहाँ पे देंगे, पिन नंबर 8 पे, ठीक है। तो दिस इज हाउ it will affect it. And at D we will see the overall output, that will be the sorry, at B we will see the overall output, okay. And D पे इसने pulse दिया है, D पे pulse है, you can see this 8 is going to D, so D will be the pulse and AB will be, sorry, and so I'll have to take, I think, three, all the four, okay. I'll take all the four. Got it? A is what? A is what? A, this, one another thing is there. This 3 we took one value, 6 another value, then at B we have the output, and at D we have these values. So a little bit confusing is there, which is what, but let me check it and explain it on the plot. Okay, let me bring it down. Another one is, we have the overall FSK where at 5, and 5 is going to B, so we have to see the B one. B, this is the phase you can see here, okay, and here I have to pull it down. No, I have taken two together. 1 minute. Channel C, I will put another value. Now it is okay, na? Now it's okay. You can see these two are phase reverse of each other. Okay, and this is again the phase reverse. So this is what you can see. Let us check it for this IC. What is the name of the ICs? LF398N.